Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, in the kitchen today, we're showing you how easy and simple it is to cook yourself a lasagna. SMS the keyword EAT to 33650 for the recipe and the shopping list. SMSs are, of course, R1.50 each, and no free SMSs apply, unfortunately. Okay, so this is smelling so good.
It's smelling insane.
Are you loving the smell?
Yes, I am.
I see you're warming yourself up to eat this.
I
You're
can't
just
wait.
like preparing yourself for this dish.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Okay.
That's for you. If you can season our dishes, one thing we
You want
haven't...
me to eat it?
I mean, you could. So the meatballs are already seasoned. They've got some salt and pepper in there already. But I
Okay.
need a little more now because we've added some other ingredients to it. So if you can give it a nice sprinkle, that
Okay.
salt and pepper mix already. And then to that, we're going to add our sauce. So like...
Is that enough?
That's perfect. That's
Sure.
perfect. Traditionally, we would use tin tomatoes. I prefer tin tomatoes over fresh tomatoes for the sauce. It's just a lot more flavor in the tin tomatoes. Or we would have used passata, which is an uncooked tomato sauce. But today we're going with a sun-dried tomato sauce already.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's flavor in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of flavor in that sauce. I love that sauce.
It's good.
We've got a caller on the line, Salwa. Hi, Salwa. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
We're very well, thank you. What's your question or comments?
Just have a quick question. I don't eat pork, so I just wanted to ask Chef, what could be used as a good substitute instead of the bacon?
All right, absolutely.
Thank you so much for your question.
So, what I like about this dish is you don't need to, all these little elements we're adding, they're totally optional. You can totally swap them out to other things. So we're using beef and we're using a lamb meatball.
Lamb.
You can have chicken for that. And if you wanted to add a bit of the smoky flavor, I really like the flavor of smoked chicken.
Smoked chicken.
So I would do like chicken meatballs with a little bit of that smoked chicken rasher in there, and you'll get that nice smoky flavor. So that's what I would definitely do, Salwa. Smoked chicken all the way. Or take it out completely, add smoked paprika.
Smoked paprika.
Smoked paprika.
Okay.
That
And if you want to
sauce is
give
in
it a
there,
bit of
things are
kick, some
happening.
cayenne.
How's
Are we
that?
going to throw in some cayenne into here? Some cayenne pepper?
Do you want to add some heat?
Yeah. Some,
Okay, how
I
about-
love heat in any dish.
All right, we will add it in
down
a
for
little bit, totally. All right,
Okay.
cool. So we've
Cool.
added
So where
our...
we at with the recipe?
All right,
So
added our beautiful tomato sauce to it, but
Okay.
we're actually going to pop the lasagna sheets into the pot as well. And for that reason...
into the pot.
Into the pot. And for that reason, we need a little extra moisture because our sheets are going to end up absorbing all the moisture.
Okay.
So this is for you.
I'm a really healthy girl, right? But I love it when the oil floats on top of the stew. Oh, it is delectable.
It's happening. It's happening.
It's irresistible.
Absolutely.
All right. So you can just pop
Okay.
these into the sauce and then you're going to start cooking.
What is this now?
These are lasagna sheets. And I think
Okay.
it's pretty cool.
Want me to spread them over here?
You can break it. That's what I like about this because you can actually just snap it
Okay.
to fit the pot.
I don't like breaking.
There we go.
I also
Okay.
don't like breaking.
Okay. Ash.
That's going in. And then we're going to bury it in that sauce a
Are
little
you
bit.
going to bury it?
Yeah, so that it's going to absorb all that liquid.
Hey,
This is
hey,
also
Clem, you're coming with things, eh?
Today is the day. We're just
Yeah.
hacking everywhere. Also, we're experiencing a drought right now, right?
Yeah.
Normally you use a lot of water to cook your pasta. A great tip is to make a nice sauce, add a little extra water to it, and add your dry spaghetti, penne, rigatoni. Add it straight into the pot.
Yep.
Let it cook in that sauce.
Actually, just going to increase the flavor in the lasagna
Exactly,
itself. So
all of it.
if you cook your lasagna too far in the beginning and then you add a sauce, the sauce is not what gets absorbed into it. So this is a really good way of
Yes.
almost ensuring that there's not one bit of flavor missing from any part of this dish, which is, it's smelling so good in this
Evenly
kitchen.
distributed.
It's good.
You want it evenly distributed. Okay, perfect.
Right. So before we do the topping on this guy, let's chat about that because Bonnie wanted vegetables. Let's talk about the
Yeah,
salad.
we
What
need
have you got?
vegetables. We need some greens.
So I know you want to,
Oh,
can
yes,
I check this
guys.
at you?
Avocado.
Yes.
So I'm seeing a lot of people like, okay, Bonnie's smiling. When you buy Avo, right, you gotta have love for your fellow man. Okay?
Yeah,
That
you've
means
gotta
when
be
you buy your Avo, don't be like squeezing every Avo.
Okay, guys, let's be honest. Let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest. Everybody squeezes the avos in the shop. You go up to at least 3 packs of avos and you squeeze them and then you squeeze them and then when you find the right consistency, you're like, that's the one I'll have. I always take one I've squeezed,
Okay?
but I realize that other
very
people
kind.
have to buy. It's very kind of me, very
kind of you.
considerate. But I realize that other people still have to buy the other ones that I've squeezed. And I'm sorry to the whole South Africa for squeezing all your avos.
And then it's got all the little black spots. Guys, that was Bonnie. That was Bonnie.
That was all Bonnie.
That was me.
No.
That was me.
All right.
But okay, how do you
All right.
tell? How can you tell?
First of
then?
all, if you're gonna squeeze, don't squeeze at the bottom, okay? You squeeze on the top and you just two fingers.
little bit.
Just
Just
feel it.
two
Feel it.
fingers.
Want to feel that for me? There's a little bit of give. A little bit of give.
You've also been squeezing the avos, can't be
I
honest.
can see because you can.
You've been squeezing them, hey?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you've
All
been
right.
squeezing them.
Am I right?
Yeah, okay.
That's enough.
That's enough.
Then, but
Okay.
I don't even do that. I mean, that's worst case scenario if you feel like you have to do it. Another way to do it is look at the pip. The pip's still in.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
If it comes out really easily and it's brown, you don't
too
buy
far.
it. It's
Yeah.
done. It's overripe.
Oh.
If it doesn't come out properly and it's still in there, it means that it is not ripe yet. So the trick is this guy came out nice and easily, and you really have to look in there. It has to be like yellow and green, and then you know it's good.
So should I go to the shop and remove all the top pips from the avos? Should I
Here's
do
the
that
thing, here's the thing.
rather?
You gently give it a nudge.
Is that what you're saying
No, what
right
I'm saying,
now?
you gently give it a nudge. If it doesn't come out, don't buy it. If it comes out really easily like that, and it's nice and green
Then
and
I
yellow,
pull it
you
out.
put that in your basket and you don't squeeze anything.
Anything else?
You don't
Just
squeeze anything. All right, and then
Okay.
very
No more squeezing.
no more squeezing.
Stop it.
Stop it.
And then also very simple, and this I've seen a lot of chefs. This is the simplest thing in the world, but chefs still get it wrong. Okay, you go through the skin first, and then you start at the one. Always start at the tip. That
Okay.
way you're not going to end up being offset when you come around the other end. Work your way around, let the knife meet where your first cutting point was, and then you twist it, right?
And then you twist.
And then look at this avo.
Bonnie wasn't at that store, hey?
No, Bonnie was not here.
She was not I've still got 3 avos I'm working through in my fridge.
Okay, all right.
Next week I'll be shopping for more avos.
You know, and we're actually quite lucky because I took a risk right now. Because if I opened this thing and it was all black inside, and my theory would have been blown.
Your theory we would have had to have gone through an ad break.
I would have run down to Willie to get it done. And then, okay, beautiful, beautiful green flesh, right?
Okay.
And then simple, just give it a nice whack. Actually, you want to do this for me? I want you to do this for me.
Yes.
Just so you can hold this right like that. Tap the knife into
Just
the pip,
whack it a bit. Just a
like a little harder.
little hard.
And then you twist it. And then it's done. Pull it out. Done. There we go.
Wow.
So there's a whole lot of theories about if you want to keep your avo like greener for longer.
Yes.
Put the pip back in and then clean it up and put it into the fridge. I don't know.
Oh, I've got an avo holder.
You don't.
I
First
do.
you vandalize the avos, right? And then you go get it.
I've got an avo holder. It's like a green little plastic,
Yeah.
like little thing.
Keep it fresh machine.
And then it's got a hole for the pips if you want to keep the pip in. And then once you've used your avo, you'd use the other half. And then you take the other half and you put it into the hole and you clip it over. It's like a little avo purse.
Wow. I like it.
love
I
it.
like
It's
it.
so
We're going to Bonnie's house.
You love my kitchen.
We go to
Anyone who
Bonnie's
comes to
house.
my kitchen
First,
would
you
love it.
abuse the avos, and then you keep them safe.
Yeah, it's like,
You're confusing the avos.
Luma Polisa. It's Luma Polisa, you know?
Okay.
Okay, cool. What's happening with our recipe?
All right, so that's going to go into the oven. Cheese is going to go on top. Pop it into the oven just to get it a little crusty. The lasagna's done. Sir Anne's on that salad, and
I'm
we're
going to
almost
add
done with
some
the salad.
cheese to the mix before I do at the top, so it just adds again, because we like it even more, what's the right word? Decadent?
There we go.
Decadent. So a bit of ricotta, a bit of parmesan, we'll stir that through. If you guys can give that a quick little stir.
While we
and that'll
give
be it.
that a go, let's take a look at this.
Beef lasagna to creamy macaroni and cheese, Clover the Whistling Chef's high-quality, ready-to-eat meals are made using trusted Clover cheese, milk and cream. It's SA's favorite home-cooked recipes, now prepared and conveniently packed with a variety to choose from. Added to that, Africa's first Vaxial technology ensures they're kept fresher for longer for the whole family to enjoy. The Whistling Chef. Heat, whistle, eat, sing. It's as simple as that. Made with love by Clover.
Now, if you simply do not have the time to cook up a delicious lasagna from scratch, like we did in our cook-along or doing today, then whistle up the Whistling Chef meals by Clover come to your rescue. The different varieties include beef lasagna, spaghetti bolognese, cottage pie, creamy Alfredo, and macaroni and cheese. You simply have to heat, whistle, eat and sing. Speaking of whistling, you can stand a chance to win a tasty Whistling Chef hamper. All you have to do is send us a video clip of you mimicking this Whistling Chef tune as best as you can. To get you in the mood, we thought we'd put our guests to the test. Can you whistle well? Oh, wow. Nothing comes out, I just go.
But what's really cool about this one is if you can't whistle, it doesn't exclude you. You could actually get the soundtrack and just like lip sync over it. You're doing it.
I'm
You know, yeah. So as like they lost it.
Trust me.
That felt like dead air for a second. So head over to our Facebook page, listen to the tune, okay? And then comment on our Whistling Chef post with your video clip of you whistling as close to the tune as possible. T's and C's apply, and the competition ends this Friday on the 27th of July. So go to Facebook, Afternoon Express, and you can also tweet your clip to us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag The Whistling Chef Challenge.
From beef lasagna to creamy macaroni and cheese, Clover the Whistling Chef's high-quality, ready-to-eat meals are made using trusted Clover cheese, milk and cream. It's SA's favorite home-cooked recipes, now prepared and conveniently packed with a variety to choose from. Added to that, Africa's first vac-seal technology ensures they're kept fresher for longer for the whole family to enjoy. The Whistling Chef. Heat, whistle, eat, sing. It's as simple as that. Made with love by Clover.